3. 方法论同意，应成归谬 vs 经验还原。3. Methodology, prasanga reductio versus empirical reduction. 共通性，句式独断，悬置超验。Commonalities, rejecting dogma, suspending the transcendent. Nahayuna's method is prasamkha, reductio ad absurdum. He refutes opposing positions by exposing their internal contradictions without positing a metaphysical thesis of his own. Hume's method is empirical reduction. All ideas are traced back to sensory impressions, and all trans-empirical claims are held in suspense under mitigated skepticism. C.W. Huntington Jr. observes that both thinkers embrace a non-positionalist critique, refusing all foundationalist metaphysics, a rare stance in the history of philosophy. 差异性，解脱指归 vs 常识回归。Differences, liberty of aim versus return to common life. Nagarjuna's dialectic aims at prapanja upashama, pacification of conceptual proliferation and nirvana. His deconstruction of dogma serves to transcend dualistic conceptualization and realize liberative insight. His philosophy is framed by Buddhist soteriology. Hume's skepticism culminates in return to common life and natural belief. Although He denies rational justification for causality and the self, He endorses conformity to natural habit and everyday experience in service of constructing a science of man for the Enlightenment. Nakamura Hajime summarizes, Nahayuna's deconstruction aims at liberation from samsara. Hume's skepticism aims at secular inquiry into human nature. Their paths converge, but their teloi diverge. 4. 东西方学者的经典引证与学术定位。4. Classic expositions and academic assessments. Eastern and Western scholars. 东方学者论断 Eastern scholars. Dette Suzuki, Nagarjuna's. Shunyata and Hume's skepticism are alike cathartic to human intellect. One dispels delusive clinging, the other punctures rational hubris. They illuminate one another across civilizational divides. Yinshun. Hume reduces causality to custom. Nagarjuna reveals causality as dependent arising. While their terms differ, both reject inherent existence in the causal nexus. Cheng Jianhua. The convergence of Madhyamaka and Humean skepticism demonstrates the cross-cultural universality of reflection on the limits of human cognition. 西方学者论断 Western scholars, J. L. Garfield. Hume is a Western Madhyamika. His analysis of causality, the self, and substance can be fully reinterpreted through Nagarjuna's two truths doctrine. Alison Gopnik. The similarity between Hume's bundle theory and Buddhist Anatman is not accidental. It may reflect historical cross, cultural transmission, and philosophical resonance. C.W. Huntington Jr. both reject metaphysical foundationalism and emphasize the constructive character of language and cognition, anticipating central themes of contemporary post-structuralism. Alasdair MacIntyre, Hume's empirical skepticism and Nagarjuna's dependent origination together mark the legitimate bounds of human reason, transcending the limits of culture and epoch. 5. 结语批判精神的跨文明传承 V. Conclusion. Cross-cultural legacy of the critical spirit. Nahayuna, patriarch of Eastern Madhyamaka, and Hume, apex of Western skepticism, are divided by time and tradition, yet unified in their deconstruction of substance, causality, self, and dogmatic theology. Each pierces the dogmatic slumbers of reason and faith, drawing a clear boundary to human cognition. Nagarjuna discloses dependent arising through shunyata. Hume clarifies empirical limits through mitigated skepticism. As D.T. Suzuki observed, Eastern and Western philosophy are not isolated islands. The dialogue between Nagarjuna and Hume reveals that genuine philosophical wisdom addresses the shared cognitive and existential conditions of humanity. In contemporary comparative philosophy, their mutual interpretation offers a paradigm for cross-civilizational dialogue and a reminder that intellectual sobriety lies in letting go of dogmatic clinging and maintaining critical vigilance.